Happy Sunday morning, friends. Good morning. Amy D here. Anybody like to guess what we're going to do today? We're going to make a masterboard, maybe two, at least one. And then tomorrow, we will cut it apart. I like to let them dry before I do that just because it makes it easier to cut. So if you've never made a masterboard, now's your time. If you have made lots of masterboards, hey, make another one with us. We'd love it. All right, let's get started. What I've got here is just a variety of different pieces of paper. I've got some book pages. I've got handwriting. I've got music. Just a lot of different colors, a lot of different things. So let's just kind of start to weed through what we're going to use. And what I like to do is I'm going to put all of this aside. This is what I'm going to use for my base. So I'm going to put that over there. And let's just start getting some pieces together here. I like to use a tearing ruler for this part. Oh, there's two there. And I'm glad that I didn't cut that one because I like the print on there, the dresses. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to go across the bottom first and just tear off this chunk of print. This is a good way to use your brittle papers too because it uses them up. But I love that color there. So let's just get some pieces off of that, and we'll have some different pieces to use. You do have to be careful when you're putting glue stick on the back of these because they will tear easily. There. We'll take the top off of that. And then we have it all pretty much done. We'll use those dresses for something else. Okay, so we're going to save that. Let's see what else we've got here. I think this is German. So let's take the edges off of that. I don't like a lot of white edges. I do, however, like these edges because number one, I like the holes there. Number two, they're nice and aged. So those I don't dislike. Some people save their strips to use for something else. I truly don't need to save another thing. I've got enough of everything. Put that aside, and we'll kind of tear it down to size when we're getting ready to use it. Here's French. This is a nice different color. Ooh, that's a nice thick paper too. Oh, it's two, that's why. Okay, let's do this. What's everybody got planned for today? Church? You gonna meet with family afterwards? What are your plans for the day? I'm not exactly sure what we have planned for today. This looks to be Latin, and I like it. It's pretty. It's got a nice book block color into it. Sometimes I like to do masterboards with only foreign languages on them. Sometimes I like to do them with just music. Sometimes just book page. Just whatever I come across, whatever I'm feeling. I do like to keep them fairly neutral because I like to be able to add color and decorate on top of them. That's the way I like to do them. Maybe not everybody likes to do them like that, but that's okay too. Let's see. Let's do this one. We're just going to get our paper started. And really the only thing that we'll need for this is book page, a ruler or a cutter, whatever you choose to use, and a piece of cardstock or less loved scrapbook paper or plain scrapbook paper. Let's take a piece out of this French book because it's nice, and I love the paper. Love that deckled edge. You can see I've removed a lot of the book from that, but take a page of that. Oh, we'll take some edges off of it. And you can even use like whole size pages like this. You could absolutely use, this is a nice size actually for a piece of paper for the masterboard. You can use handwriting. Let's put a little piece of handwriting in there. That's blue. I've got some French over here. Let's see if we like a piece of this French any better. Let's see. That's a legal document. That's pretty. We could use a piece of this. Yeah, let's use a piece of that. Let's just see if we've got anything else in here that we can't live without. These are legal documents, handwriting. Deb and I had a sale last night, and I got through a lot of my French stuff. I do $8 French drops. If you've not been to our sale, you might not want to miss that. But I'll start dropping pieces of paper that are French out of those folders, and the first person that says me gets whatever in the stack for $8. That is a pretty good bargain. When you could buy this piece of paper from just on its own, you could pay $10 or $15 just for that. So pretty good deal. Pretty good deal. All right, let's see what we've got here. I bet you $10 we can make a masterboard out of this. I think I just want one more thing, and I want a piece of music, just in case we want some music on there. Okay. Not stark white. I don't really care to use stark white in mine. Some people might, and there's some times that I have. It just depends on what I'm doing. But this one, I want it to be a very neutral, like natural tone. So you can see a lot of times the longest part that it's going to take of this is actually preparing your papers. I like to use scraps for this too, because number one, it's a good way to use your scraps and not waste them. But we're just going to start right from ground zero this time. Okay. All right, let's get started. We're going to need a glue sheet. Got this one that I've been using. Let's get that piece of tape off of there. And we're going to need a glue stick. Sorry to reach over you. There's my glue stick. And let's get started. Let's see. Okay, what do we want to start with? Doesn't matter. It doesn't matter, so let's start with a piece of music. Some people glue their paper, their scrapbook paper or background paper. I like to glue the piece that I'm going to put down. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to start this in a corner. And I'm just going to go right down here and line it up. It's okay if it goes over. We can trim it at the end. But there, we've got it going. We've got the first piece on there. Now I'm going to pick something that's a little contrasting. Let's use a piece of, it's really yellowed, this page. I want to make sure that I absolutely do not get this in the spot where I glued earlier because it will tear it up. This is a fragile piece of paper. Wooly says fragile, and I'm going to try real hard not to annihilate it. And then overlap just a little bit. I'm going to leave that that border on it because I like it. And it's good that it's different heights. We're going to create different looks on here. And we can go in different spaces too. You can do one corner at a time. You can do a half at a time. You can go out. You can start in the middle and build it out. Whatever works best for you. And you'll find that what works best for you as you make masterboards. You're not going to give it a lot of thought because that's not the purpose is to get a piece of work done for what it is. There's that. And I am going to use my card today purposely because a card will work better, like a glue card will work better for this. Okay, let's go up a little bit. So I'm going to get a piece of this. And glue it along. Yeah, these are, some people do very, very decorative and beautiful masterboards, and that's cool. That's absolutely awesome. You can turn your letter, your words to go a different direction too. Let's do that right here. And they're beautiful, and they are what you are going to, basically, you might put a focal point or something on top of them, but you would use them like that. I like to make them a little bit more, not all of them, but I do like to make a little bit more, neutral ones so that I can decorate on top of that. So let's do right down there. I want to try and save that stamp if I can. That. Now we have that stamp and that signature. Love it. Okay. So how about we do that right there? I like it. I like it. You just kind of move around as you go. So you can use stickers on them. You can use like washi stickers. You can use stamps. When you're doing a masterboard, the world is your oyster. And you turn it into what you want it to be, as we do with all of our crafts, of course. But some things, you kind of make your style of. So what I'm going to do, I don't like to put, I wouldn't put a handwriting next to a handwriting. I wouldn't put music right next to music. So I'm going to cut this off. And I am, like I said, I am using rather large pieces of paper. That's okay. They're all going to fit on there. Oh, I like that side. I like that side too. I think that's the biggest decision I make, other than the color, is which side I like better when I'm making a masterboard. But yeah, we're going to make pockets. We're going to make tags out of this. We can make a belly band out of it. All kinds of good stuff. But I like to let them dry first. So we're going to let it dry first. And then tomorrow we'll come back and cut it up. And we're going to do a blind cut where we flip it over and cut it from the back so we can't see what we're getting on the front. Okay, let's do some numbers. I've got that French legal document that's got the numbers on the side that I trimmed out. We're going to put that. We're going to put that right here. Another way too, because we're waiting until tomorrow to cut it up, we'll be able to make sure that all of our edges are down nice and stuff, because that's important too. Now I am going to take the edges off of this one. I think I'm going to do it just like that. This is hard to pick up because it's so thin. All right, I'm going to fold this over and start using the other side. Is there anybody in the journal world out there watching that has not made a masterboard yet and has always wondered, what is a masterboard? Because that was one of the first things I did not understand what it was when I first started. Everybody would talk about masterboards. I had no clue what a masterboard was. No clue whatsoever. Here's some Greek dictionary that I had sitting there, some scraps. So let's use that. Great way to use up your scraps. Great way. And let's do that right up here. Is there anybody that hasn't made a masterboard? If you haven't, put it in the comments below and then tell me whether you're going to after watching this. I might not be the best teacher for sure. There's lots of other people that'll teach you how to make a masterboard, but hey, we can play and have fun today with it. Let's use that. We're going to get a thin piece of something to go, or a smaller piece. Let's do a piece of this. Got that over there, so we can do let's see. Oh, that's two pieces. Hey, bonus. Bonus piece of paper. Go. And let's go right here. So yeah, tell me if you're going to make one. I don't like that little piece sticking out there, even though I would probably cover it up. I'm going to cover it up immediately. What do you like to make out of your masterboards? Is there anything specific that you make out of them? You can use just about anything to make them. I don't like these edges lining up perfectly, so I'm going to move that over a little bit, peel it back up, and let that hang off of the edge, and we'll trim that when we're done. Go. Now I'll put this piece on. Now we're cooking. Yeah, so Deb and I had a sale last night, yesterday. We had fun, as we always do. Don't forget, August 29th at 2 p.m. Eastern Standard Time is our sale, our first sale on Amy's Yellow Butterfly, and we're just going to do a lot of fun stuff that day. We're going to have giveaways. We're going to I have a lot of new French stuff that I'm going to be bringing to the table. Deb has some spectacular fabric that she's going to be selling that day. And it is just going to be a fun, fun day. I have got a French photo album. If you haven't seen my French haul, watch it, because I'm saving all of that stuff for our first sale. We're going to have that French stuff. We're going to have the fabric. I have more French stuff coming in, some sewing kits that are amazing. Let's see, what else are we going to have? Just fun. I mean, that's just really what it is. It's going to be fun. Let's use a piece of music up here. You can also ink your edges of your papers if you want to. I do that occasionally. And it just kind of makes some definition between all of the different book pages that you're using. Let's do this. Make another glue page. I should just use a glue book. That would be a lot easier. There we go. Okay. Let's see. Let's put this. Now we've got handwriting here. Let's make a smaller piece of that. Actually, put that down. Glue it. And we'll put it right here. There we go. All right. Let's see. What are we going to use? Let's use a piece of this up here. Whew. It's been a long week. I start my new team at work tomorrow, so that'll be fun. Yep, that is going to be good. I'm going to take that edge off of there just a little bit. We'll cut that off. Actually, we can just fold that right over. It's thin enough it won't bother it a little bit. Won't make any bulk or anything. Let's do this. Well, still trying to decide what to do with that. Let's put this right there. That'll look nice there. We're in a heat wave in Georgia. As if it's not hot enough in the summer, Mother Nature has to come along and say, watch this. It's about to get real. Thanks, Mother Nature. Thanks a lot. Stick that there. And then let's see. Oh, where'd my little French page go? Is that still in here? Or did we use it? Nope, we did not use it. Let's find it. Or we'll just rip another one out. We'll just make another one to use. And then we'll find that one, which is my typical modus operandi. Oh yeah, it's down there. Cool. All right. Let's go right about to there. There we go. Once you get going on these, if you're not running your mouth like I am, you could make a couple of these in the same amount of time that we've spent making one, because you'll have your papers already ready. You'll I don't know, I sit there and just, it feels like I solve a lot of the world's problems when I'm doing stuff like this. It just feels good to move it along and do the thing. Let's do another. Oh, we've got 2 pieces of music up there. Let's do a little piece of German, like the German font. And yeah, I solve a lot of the world's problems while I'm fussy cutting, while I'm making masterboards. Oh, they're still there when I get done solving them, but you know, it keeps my mind busy. Do you like to fussy cut? I love fussy cutting. I do. I love to fussy cut. I did not used to. It was like the most monotonous thing that anybody ever made to do for scrapbooking, and I chose not to do it a lot. But then I don't know what it was. Something struck me, and I love it now. I do. Let's put that right there. It is the same paper, but it's got different. This has got numbers. This has got writing in that stamp, and I like it. And it's got an embossed raised area on it. I don't know if you can see that or not. It's hard to see. But it's one of those seals. Very cool. Let's go right about there. So it's the same color, but it's got different stuff on it, and I'm okay with that. There we go. I like. Me likes. Okay, we're almost done. We'll trim it down. Oh, I'm having a craft-a-lanch. Hold, please. Craft-a-lanch. Okay, what else do we have here? Anything else different that we can throw in there? Let's see. Well, something kind of cool. It's like a schematic type thing. Be right next to that, and I don't want to do that. So let's do that right there. Yes. Yeah. Perfect. Perfection. There we go. There we go. We're going to stick that right on there. There. Our masterboard is essentially done. It's curving, and that's because it's wet. That's where I was saying I like to wait until the next day to cut it when it's dry. It makes it a lot easier for your cutter to go through it when it's not damp. So we'll do that tomorrow. trim that a little bit more tomorrow. Anyways, you can see it's wet. So there's our masterboard. In 30 minutes, we've created an entire masterboard, and we will get tags out of this, pockets out of this, maybe a belly band. We'll decide all of that tomorrow. So anyways, I hope that y'all have a great day. I hope you choose to make a masterboard. If you do, let me know. Let me know what you thought of the process. And I'll see y'all tomorrow. Bye.